One cool Saturday afternoon, Ada cooked a delicious delicacy for her man. It was his favorite. After he ate the food, the young man fell into a deep sleep. Ada, certain he was sound asleep, took off his trousers, brought out a sharp butcher's knife and cut off his private part. Once upon a time, there lived a handsome young man named Chidi. Chidi met Ada at a wake-keeping ceremony for his uncle's friend. The moment he saw her, he was captivated. Her hazel eyes, long coily hair, and the graceful way she moved on the dance floor drew him in. After mustering the courage, he approached her, got her phone number, and they started talking. Ada was warm, smart, and ambitious. Chidi was a successful businessman dealing in fabrics. He soon learned that Ada was training to be a tailor because her parents, who had 3 other children, couldn't afford to send her to the university. Chidi liked Ada a lot and decided to marry her. He approached her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Obinna, and formally asked for her hand in marriage. They happily agreed, and soon Ada became his wife. Not long after their marriage, Ada confided in Chidi about her lifelong dream of becoming a university graduate. Chidi, being the supportive husband he was, agreed to sponsor her education. A year into her studies, she got pregnant and gave birth to a baby boy they named Ejike. Determined to focus on her dream of becoming an accountant, Ada decided to pause childbearing. She completed her 4-year degree and proceeded to the National Youth Service Corps. That was when everything fell apart. Chidi came home one day to find Ada gone. A few of her things were missing and her phone was switched off. He tried calling her repeatedly, but she never picked. Days later, he finally received a text message. Chidi, I've fallen in love with someone else. I'm moving on. Please take care of our son. The text read. Chidi was devastated. He reached out to Ada's parents, but they were just as shocked. Nothing they said could change her mind. Chidi struggled to understand what he had done wrong. He loved Ada, supported her dreams, and gave her everything. But she had chosen another man. Eventually, he accepted his fate and focused on raising their son. Chidi was in his fabric shop going over the accounts with his worker when he looked up, and there she was, Ada in the flesh. She quickly dropped to her knees, pleading for forgiveness. Chidi, I made a terrible mistake. Please, let me see our son, she begged. Chidi was speechless. After 2 years of silence, she had suddenly appeared, full of remorse. Although hesitant, Chidi allowed her to see Ejike. But when she laid eyes on her son, she realized something heartbreaking. Ejike didn't recognize her. He had been only 2 when she left, and now at 4, he saw her as a stranger. Ada wept bitterly, but that wasn't the only reason she had come. Chidi, I need to leave the country, she suddenly said. Before Chidi could ask why, she whispered, I am in big trouble. Chidi looked at the woman that used to be his wife, and what he felt towards her was just pity. Time had healed his heart, and their son had filled Chidi's heart with warmth and love. I am so sorry for hurting you, Ada pleaded. What happened? Why did you walk away from your own son, your blood? Chidi asked. It was all a mirage. I became obsessed with him, Ada said, as she told Chidi what happened years ago. During her NYSC, Ada had met a man named Bola. He was charming, persuasive, and full of grand ideas. Bola was everything Chidi wasn't. Bola was exciting, daring, and exposed. Ada had secured a job at an investment bank, and all was good until Bola came up with a grand idea. He convinced Ada to embezzle funds from her office, promising to invest them in cryptocurrency. It was a scam. Not only did she lose her job, but Bola also started treating her differently. He became distant, cold, and dismissive of her feelings. Desperate and jobless, Ada confided in her friend Dakore, a former colleague. She told Dakore everything about her past. Ada told Dakore about Chidi and her son Ejike. Dakore, however, assured her that Bola was faithful. She told Ada that she was overreacting. Then, one fateful evening, Ada came home from the market and caught Bola in bed with Dakore. She stood, frozen in shock. "You made me walk away from my husband. You told me you would never hurt me," Ada screamed. But Bola wasn't even remorseful. "You're very funny," Bola said. "You cheated on a man that picked you up, brushed you up and sent you to school, and you expect me to be loyal to you. Who is to say you won't betray me tomorrow?" he said casually. Something inside Ada snapped. One evening, Ada cooked Bola's favorite meal. He ate heartily, unaware of what was to come. Once he was full and fell into a deep sleep, Ada grabbed a sharp butcher's knife and without hesitation severed his private parts. Bola's screams echoed through the building. Ada didn't stay to watch. She ran out of the house and never looked back. As Ada told her story, Chidi sat frozen in disbelief. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. Ada had gone from a loving wife to a fugitive, all because of the choices she made. "What do you expect me to do, Ada?" Chidi asked, shaking his head. "Help me escape," she pleaded. "If I stay here, Bola's people will come for me. I have nowhere else to go." Chidi was at a crossroad. Should he help the woman who betrayed him, or should he let her face the consequences of her actions? What would you have done if you were in Chidi's shoes? Should he have forgiven Ada? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Chidi stared at Ada, torn between rage, confusion, and pity. "Help me escape," she repeated, her voice cracking. "Please, for the sake of our son. If anything happens to me, what will happen to Ejike?" The mention of Ejike pulled at Chidi's heart. Despite everything Ada had done, she was still the mother of his child. Chidi finally spoke. "You can stay here tonight, but tomorrow we go to the police. You turn yourself in and I'll get a lawyer. I won't help you run. I'll help you fight the right way." Ada broke down crying. "Thank you, Chidi. Thank you." That night, Ada stayed in the guest room. Chidi barely slept. He kept thinking of the woman he once loved and the storm she had become. The next morning, he woke up to the sound of sirens. He rushed to the window. Police vans were parked outside. "What's going on?" he muttered, confused. A few minutes later, the door was kicked open. Men in plain clothes stormed into the house. "Ada Obinna, you are under arrest for attempted murder and financial fraud." Ada came out with her hands in the air, eyes wide with shock. "No, Chidi, did you call them? You promised." Chidi stepped forward. "I didn't call them, but someone did." As Ada was handcuffed, one of the police officers pulled Chidi aside. "Sir, we traced a tip-off call to someone named Dakore. She said Ada might be hiding here." Chidi's eyes widened. Dakore. She had betrayed Ada again, first with Bola, now with the police. As the van pulled away, with Ada screaming, Ejike came out of his room, rubbing his eyes. "Daddy, where is that lady?" Chidi knelt down and hugged him tightly. Just someone who came to say goodbye, son. Days passed, weeks turned into months. Chidi visited Ada once during her trial. She looked different, broken, but calmer. "Thank you for not letting me run," she whispered. "Maybe this is what I need to face my truth." Months later, Chidi was in a shop when a woman walked in. She was looking for quality fabric for a wedding. She introduced herself. "My name is Ijoma. My sister is getting married and I am in charge of the clothes." She was smart, warm and full of life, just like Ada used to be. He was ready to start again on his own terms. Chidi smiled at her. "No matter how far you've gone on the wrong path, there's still a chance to do the right thing. Justice is not always about revenge. It can also be redemption." If you enjoyed this video, please do give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment telling me what you think about Ada's story. It has been an honor and a pleasure spending this time with you. Thank you so much for watching.